Okay, on to question 6. So in this case, this whole box, all that whole box adds up to 1, as in 1.0 or 100%. 100% if this whole box is filled. So if we look at one row, that would be 0.1. Okay, as in a tenth, right? There's 10 rows. If we were to look at one of these little boxes, a little box would be 1% or 0.01, 100th, right? 100 little boxes to fill it up. Now over here, we're talking about this box is not completely filled up, but this tiny 1% is filled up 3 slots, okay? So if this here is a blown up version, okay, as we see it kind of exploding out of there, and if that little box is 1%, then what is a tenth of 1% or a tenth of 100th? That would be 1,000th, or so that's tenths, hundreds, thousands. So that would be 1,000th. Each of these slots would be 1,000th of a whole. Okay, so what do we have? We have 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, so 0.4. Then when we add these up, we don't have quite another tenth, but we have hundredths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hundredths. And then how many thousandths? 1, 2, 3. And that's what we're looking for on that, 0.463. All right, on to question 7. What is the value of the underlined digit? So we have to check 2 things here. What is the value of the underlined digit? Then round the entire number to the underlined digit. Okay, so here we have hundreds, tens, ones, place. Then we have tenths, hundreds, thousandths. So it's the 3,000ths. And if we were to round to that, remember we look to the number to the right. If it's 5 or more, then we're going to round that number up. Okay, so it's going to be 242.05. We don't touch those. And then instead of 3, it's going to get bumped up to 4. And then we drop off the rest. So that would be rounded to the thousandths. There we go. Okay, multiply using the decimal model. So remember a minute ago when we said each of these, right? There's this, so this adds up to 1 or 1.0. And if we were to count these up, so really what we have is 0.6. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 0.2. If we were to multiply those together, so this is 6. If we look, we're really looking at the area of this little thing here. And how many hundredths does that give us, right? So if we were to count a total of 6 rows, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 2 columns, how many hundredths does that get us? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And remember, we're talking about hundredths, so that would be 0.12 hundredths. Okay, in the next one, so this is if we had the model, if we were to shade in the intersection of these rows and columns and then count each individual hundredth, we can do that. And so here we got 0.12. Now let's go on to the next problem where we're going to use a different method. So here we weren't given the grid. We could, I suppose, make one, but especially it's a little bit tricky when you start to add the hundredths instead of just having the tenths. 0.2 times 0.1 would be a little bit better, but here's a better way to do it. So we're going to find out how to multiply using whole numbers. So let's pretend there weren't any decimals, and we're just going to write 25 and 12 and multiply those things. So 2 times 5 gives us 10. 2 times 2 is 4. And 1 more is 5. Do our placeholder. 1 times 5. 5. 1 times 2. 2. Now we add. 5 and 5 makes 10. And 3. Okay. So we end up with 300. And that's what would happen if we multiplied 25 times 12. But what did we do? So how did we turn 0.25 into 25? How many decimals did we move over? We would have moved the decimal place 2 spots. So we moved it 2 spots here. What about here? Also 2 spots. So what we're going to do is we're going to add how many spots we moved it. So we moved it total to the right. 4 spots to the right. To the, oops. 4 spots to the right. So we're going to move it 4 spots to the left to balance. So 300, where would the decimal be on 300? It would be here. So let's move it 4 in the opposite direction. 1, 2, 3. So here's where it gets a little bit tricky. We have to remember there's a placeholder. So these zeros are going to drop off. These placeholders are unnecessary, but what we end up with is 0.03. Okay, so we moved it 1, 2, and 1, 2. And we move it back 1, 2, 1, 2. And that is what we get, 0.03. Okay? Not sure why that's checked here. That's not correct. It's 0.03. All right, on to the last one. Multiply using whole numbers. So same type of thing. I'm just going to look at a 4 and a 7. What would happen if I multiplied 4 and 7? So that would, of course, give us 28. Now let's count how many spots we moved to turn these into counting numbers. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2. So we're going to add how many spots we moved. So that's 5 to the right, to the right. So we're going to have to move 5 spots to the left. So 28, the decimal will be here. So we need to move 5 spots to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So we end up with 0.00028. That's how we would do that one. Alright guys, please message me, post on the wall, let me know how you did. And that was a review of everything that we've learned this trimester. But if not everything, it's a good overview on a lot of the big topics that we covered. Alright, good job everyone. Have a good day.